Nigeria is in a state of it's a dear state, and I think we're just some steps away from anarchy. But if you ask me to give you a sincere response to that, I think it is about time Nigeria have a serious revolution, because apparently it seems that the northerners and the southern Nigeria are going two different directions when it comes to development, and progressive mindset.
Some northerners are calling for immediate end to Nigeria's states. They are calling seriously that the country should be splitted, divided, organized. Any word that you can relate with should be used to put an end of this suffering. That this Nigeria symbolizes suffering, pains, and agony to them. Why is the sudden call and agitation coming from the north? This is not IPOB. This is not about Biafrans.
I think this is the height of hypocrisy. These same northerners were the ones who sang the song of arrest, incarceration against Nnamdi Kanu, who has brazenly and openly and bluntly called for the disintegration of this country. The Yorubas, time immemorial, have always called for the disintegration. Even before the likes of Nnamdi Kanu came on board, the Yorubas have always called for the Western Nigeria, because we take it as a pride, because we knew that the Yorubas, the Western Nigeria, was leading when we were operating regional governments. So we have always called for that. But the Northerners, because they had a share in the oil of the Niger Delta, the Northerners hold majority shares in the oil blocks. They don't have one single oil in the north, but they hold the majority shares in our oil industry. Oh, today they want separation. Oh, because they've had enough. Or is it because they now realize that they have lithium and the south does not have lithium? Because it spells one thing to me, that the north are very selfish people. And they have intentionally held us back. They have intentionally held the southerners back, all because they were having a massive share of the oil. We have oil in the west. In the south, there's massive oil. Now the north is now sensing that the oil is getting dried up. Oh, they now have the temerity. Now they are now emboldened. They now have the bravery to speak up that they want to disagree. Why didn't they support Nnamdi Kanu when the issue of separation came about?
But do you think that is too late to call for a system that is not working and possibly have exhausted its chances of being revamped?
It is never too late, bro. We need to go our separate ways. We are not thinking alike. We are not the same fellow lying on the same bed. Apparently, these people are the people who face the east, while we face the west. These guys, these northerners, are eastern in their mindset, while the southerners are western in our mindset. We are progressive. We are liberal. They are conservative, and they are monarchy. They want this feudal system of government. That's what they want. They want that emperor kind of imperialism. That's what they want. This is why they are trying to push what we call caliphate, Islamic jihadists. This is what they are pushing. But we're in the south. We are liberal. We are progressive. We just want to progress. The northerners are too conservative. I think it is about time we disintegrate. And if the northerners are calling for it, I think it is the right time we also wish. Yes, let us call for it.
Let us call for it. Yes. But this is coming as a surprise to me that for the first time, NIU is calling for the disintegration of Nigeria.
No.
Without any recourse to Tinubu's administration.
No. Mr. Chigozie, I have always called for regional system of governance. I have always called for resorting back to our confederation system. I, for one, have said it that when Nigeria had the most significant development was under a regional system of governance. As at 1960, our GDP was around, I think it was around $6 billion. South Korea was behind us. South Korea was around 4.5 billion. Then they just came out from war, the Korean War. As at 1980, Korea they've left us behind. Because within the 1966 to 1970, that was when Nigeria was destroyed. When we went into a so-called regressive unitary system of governance. When we were operating, Michael Para was doing his magic in the southeast.
Yeah, the South is become, but the Eastern region becomes the fastest growing economy in the world.
The Western region was undoubtedly the most developed region in Nigeria back then. The Northerners were massively into their farming. Nobody cared about each other. Everybody were concerned. Everybody was concerned about his people. But then we came about a coup that now joined us together. A first coup that, let me call that was the second amalgamation, a second compulsory amalgamation without our consent. That coup was a compulsory amalgamation.
First on the indigenous people and ethnic nationalities.
But everybody was combined together without our consent. We understand that we have to maintain our boundaries for us to progress. And we saw that under the regional government. And that's what I've always called. It doesn't matter if Obi was there, it doesn't matter if Tinubu is there tomorrow. You must understand that for as long as we are operating this unitary government, the Northerners will always keep on saying that statement. Imagine what Ali Ndume said. He said there will be a political consequence because Tinubu decided to do the right thing, bring back the operational unit of CBN to Lagos State. Just recently, about 4,000 unknown faceless BDC were what? They were delegitimized. They were unlisted. They were delisted. We could hear what the Northerners are saying. They are saying that Tinubu is against their business. If we were operating the regional system of government, nobody will talk about that. So I think it's about time we go back to that system.
Honestly, it's about high time, and this, of course, vindicates the position of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and Simon Ikpa, who had been calling for resource control and for her own people to develop at their own pace and create wealth for the generality of the indigenous people. Thank you so much.